Heading back to trail. This is actually near where the Silverthorn alt went, which is great as long as you don't come back after the bus is shut down. Okay, I delayed way too late because there was a coffee shop where I had decent internet. So Kent had trail angeled for me when I came through way back in 2022, and he was super flexible when I got delayed by COVID up at Berthoud and all of that. And he tried to meet with me when I came through last year, but the timing didn't work out. And then I pinged him to let him know I was back in here, and he's like, oh, we have a condo up here. And he offered to let me stay for the night. So that saved me from having to get a overly expensive hotel in Copper Mountain. Because from here, it's looking like things are going to be a little on the more remote side again. So from here, I am jumping down to Twin Lakes, which is like 50, 60 miles, something like that. I've got about 3 days of food on my back. There, I'm not gonna overnight. My parents aren't coming out. I'm just gonna buy food, and then it's another 70 some miles to get me down to Crested Butte, which is the next proper civilization with hotel options and everything. So I've just been dallying at the Hale coffee shop over here, getting my episodes uploaded and everything set for being out of touch for a little while. I really appreciated the hot shower last night. That was the first shower I'd had since that whole sleeping in my rain gear incident. So I was able to do laundry. My batteries are charged. I am current as far as uploads, and I should have enough food where I can comfortably make it to Twin. The foot issues are still ongoing. I'm just doing what I can. They don't seem to be getting any worse, even if they're not fully recovering. The tendon around my left heel hurts sometimes, and then that middle knuckle on my right foot around the toe, that's hurting right now. I've been trying to stretch, been taking ibuprofen, doing everything I can. Anytime you're doing a hike this long, there is going to be pain and discomfort. It is just expected. And it's just a matter of trying to make sure you're not doing any permanent damage. So I am climbing back up to the high country. Ideally, I would have gotten off a little bit earlier because I think there's this double pass thing that I would ideally get across to get over to Cataract, but I'll manage something. It does seem like the weather has calmed down a little. Supposedly the late monsoon season this year has finally calmed down, meaning that there might be storms, but at least they're not going to be those severe electrical storms I was dealing with a few weeks ago. That climb yesterday was way worse than it should have been based on the stats, but it's a steep, sustained climb. I have been meeting bikepackers in Colorado Trail, folks. No CDT yet. It is so much fun. People come by and assume I'm doing the Colorado Trail, and then I tell them what I'm actually doing, and I just had a golf cart just about drive off the road in shock. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be regretting this late start before too long here. So the Silverthorn alt and the Colorado Trail both come through here. The CDT actually stays up the hill. I just happen to know there was a good coffee shop down here, so priorities. So heavy pack, good amount of uphill ahead, but on the plus side, I finally got a open run for a while. Should be able to do as many miles as I feel like / can manage each day, and the camping is really plentiful, at least until I get south of the Collegiates, at which point I split off. I've been looking ahead though, and it looks like it's mostly road out near forests, so I'm not anticipating a return to the bad old days out east. As long as I can camp, everything else is just details to be dealt with. I finally got to fist bump with the CDTer. 2 o'clock and the brief rainstorm of the day has started. So I'm currently back up around, I think 11,300, but I'm going to be going up over 12. It looks like this is probably the last time I'm going to be quite this high for a little while. I think Hope's Pass might get me that high, but yeah, I'm going to get some lower altitude for a little while. 3 CDTers, so I've been sitting around talking. Per them, they're probably a little ahead or the front of the bubble, but they said a good amount of people were doing Silverthorn alt, so may have jumped ahead. And here I was worried I wasn't going to meet any CDT folks. Feels like not very long ago I was worried about heat stroke in Kansas. Now it's so bloody cold I got to keep moving after I drink a liter of water because I'm chilled. And as usual, the clouds got threatening. There was a couple of minutes of mixed rain and ice, and then the sun came back out, at least for a little while. Those guys are doing the Colorado Trail like vehicle to vehicle intersections, so I keep seeing them day after day. First time I ran into them was Waterton, right where I joined the Colorado Trail, where all those sheep were. And then when I got out here, I started seeing them again. I got all sorts of friends out here all of a sudden. And welcome to the next brief shower. Hopefully brief. There are a couple of different cabins up here that I think are available for rental. That is a damn fancy one. The only time I checked one when I was on the CDT was going through Hale, and they were occupied at the time. So this is the first pass. And then there's a higher one after a long traverse here. Yeah. It is so nice to be back up here in reasonable weather. It is Marmot Central back here. It is such a different feel from when I was here in 22. Snow on the ground. Looks like it's my turn to get stormed on again. At least so far, it has kind of magically cleared up in the evening, so we'll see if that happens here. At least I'm going down now. Okay, 6:20, thinks this is going to be my evening fill up since I'm going to be road adjacent for a little bit. Okay, filled up for the night. Just going to see what I can get out of the remaining daylight. I was tempted, there were some really cool camps up there, but I got a late start and altitude hiking never goes quite as fast. Well, so much for hoping for it to clear. Not the nicest camp I could have had tonight by far, but I was at a good part of my buck, so I walked till a bit after dark. It rained on me for a while and now seems to have mostly tailed off. I'm looking forward to getting in my bag though. Home sweet home.